Morning, morning. Welcome along to Freestyle Fitness Yoga on this Wednesday morning. We'll start very gentle. We're going to start today with just some gentle breathing exercises. So all you have to do is just stand calmly, let your arms just hang down to the sides, feet firmly planted on the floor, and we'll take a few deep breaths together. So put a little bit of background music on. Oops, and so with me, relax. We'll take a long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. So to the count of 4, we'll breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Focus in on the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Feel your body relaxing as you exhale, so breathing in. And as you exhale, relax those shoulders down, let the arms hang loosely by the sides. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now as we inhale, we're going to turn the head upwards, or lift the head up, look up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're going to tilt the head down, look down towards the floor. So inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Again, inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Now as we inhale and look up, we're going to roll the shoulders back, open out the chest as we look up. And then deep exhale, roll the shoulders forwards and look down. A couple more times. Roll the shoulders back, look up. Roll the shoulders forwards, look down, and again, roll the shoulders back, look up, and roll the shoulders forwards, look down. Bring your head back up to neutral position, looking forwards, relax your arms, and take a final deep breath. Fantastic, good. So we're going to focus in as we go through the session today, thinking about that breathing, long, slow breaths all the way through. But first, let's do a little bit of a warm-up for those joints. So let's get moving a little bit more vigorously. We'll start with just like a big roll of both shoulders together, loosening up those shoulders. And backwards. Fantastic. Let's have a little hip rotation. It's all going to be in the hips today. Hip rotation. Ooh. And the other way. Fantastic. Have a little twizzle from the waist. Turn your head, look over your shoulder. And side bend, side to side. Fantastic. Give me a circle with the right arm. Big circles with that right arm. And figure of 8, swooping round. Let's do the other side, so circles first. And figure of 8. Fantastic. We're going to do what's called a pelvic tilt. So I said it was all going to be in the hips. I want you to take your hands onto your hips. So thumbs behind, fingers in front, and just rest. Imagine that your pelvis is a cup and it's full to the brim with water. Okay, we want to try not to spill that water to start with, so find a neutral position and imagine your pelvis is full with water just to the top. And now we're going to just attempt to tip water out the front. So this is called pelvic tilt. We're going to tilt the cup forwards and imagine you're trying to tilt. So from here we're going to go forwards, tilting out the front, and then we're going to tilt backwards and imagine you're trying to tip water out the back. Okay, this is pelvic tilt. All we're doing is rotating the pelvis forwards and back, and we're just going to go between those two positions, learning how to just tilt the pelvis back and forwards. So we've got anterior pelvic tilt and posterior pelvic tilt. And we're just trying to rotate the cup forwards and back. Does that make sense? And the more you practice this, the more you'll be able to get into some of those weird positions like the downward dog. Okay, which we are doing today, by the way. Knew you'd be pleased. So just practice that rotation forwards and back. Excellent. And see if you can just go a little bit further as you progress forwards and back, tilting. Might only be a tiny movement to start with, but don't worry too much about that. Okay, let's release. Let's release. Take a final deep breath in and raise your arms up. Stretch up. And a final deep breath out. And bring your arms down. Fantastic. Now, we're going to do a little sequence, of course. And we will be doing forward fold, we'll be doing twists and side bends and all kinds of stuff. So we'll just go through this sequence. Let's just make sure that we've got a good angle. So we've done this sequence before. It involves raising the arms up. It involves 3 forward folds. It involves side bends. And it involves zombie arms. Okay, so I like this one because it's nice and gentle, not too difficult, but it does include 3 forward folds in each sequence, so really good for stretching out the hamstrings. So with me, take a deep breath in, raise your arms up. Exhale and go into your first forward fold. And just let yourself just hang down. Head hangs down. Legs are straight. Up to you how low you go. You can get your hands on the floor if you can. Otherwise, just hang down. We're going to take an inhale and stand up as we unfold, arms up. We're going to exhale, take the hands down to one side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the middle. And exhale into our second forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands up in front, zombie arms. Exhale to one side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, third forward fold. Inhale, unfold, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Let's go straight into our second one. So straight through to the second part. We'll raise the arms up as we inhale. We'll forward fold. Unfold, arms up. Lean to one side. Back to the middle. Lean to the other side. To the middle. Forward fold. Each time we're aiming just to stretch a little bit more. Unfold, zombie arms. Over to one side. To the middle. To the other side. To the middle. Forward fold. Unfold, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to one side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, zombie arms. Exhale to one side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, forward fold. Let's just hang here for a couple of inhale, exhale cycles. Each time you exhale, lower yourself down a little bit more. And when you reach your next inhale, we're going to slowly unfold. Bring your arms up. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly bring the arms down. Fantastic. Now it's going to get a bit more serious. So we're going to do a little sequence of lunge, and there will be a little bit of downward facing dog, downward position for this. Okay, so I just want to get my camera perfect so you can see what we're doing. Right. Let's just show you what, well, let's do it as we'll talk it through as we do it. So standing on the end of the mat, facing outwards. Relax your arms down. We're going to go into a lunge. So we're going to take one foot right back. Now think about the edges of the mat as like railway tracks, and I want you to keep your feet on those railway tracks. So the back foot should be close to the edge of the mat one side, the front foot should be close to the edge of the mat on the other side. We're going to lift the back heel off the floor, so both sets of toes are pointing forwards. Just get my balance, and then we're going to keep in the back straight. We're going to bend that front knee into our first lunge. Okay, so find your stable position, lots of weight on that front foot, and raise your arms up. Take a couple of deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe, but keep breathing slowly, inhaling, exhaling through your nose. If you can sink down a little bit lower into your lunge, bring your body weight down. Very good. Take another breath here. Now we're going to slowly bring the hands down and bring your hands onto the floor, either side of that front foot. And then take the foot back to meet the other one into a high plank. And then we're going to push the hips back into downward facing dog. Now, you remember that pelvic tilt we did earlier? The idea is to do the anterior pelvic tilt, which means tipping the water out the front of the cup, pushing your shoulders back, and think about pushing your heels down towards the floor. If your heels touch the floor, that's amazing. If they don't worry. From here, we're going to bend the knees, bring both knees onto the floor. And have a little cat stretch while we're here. Fantastic. Now we need to bring one foot forwards between your hands. And raise your hands off the floor into a stretch up nice and high, stretching in your back. Now, either you can step forwards with the back foot and stand up, or you can push up into your lunge again before stepping forwards. Fantastic, that's our sequence. So let's do it again. We'll start on the other leg this time. So we'll talk it through. Feet either side of the mat. Big step backwards, the other foot this time. Get yourself nice and stable, back straight, arms come up, and we bend that front knee into our lunge. We're going to hold it here for a few seconds again. A few breaths. And again, if you can lower yourself down a little bit more, that's amazing. Oh, that's a good stretch. Slowly bring your hands onto the floor, either side of that front foot. Take a step back. And push back into... Oh, this is not good for me today with my back. A weekend of gardening was not good for my back, but hopefully this will help. Hold it here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, bring both knees down onto the floor. Cat stretch here. So the cat stretch is effectively the posterior pelvic tilt. And then we bring one foot forwards back into our lunge position, but with one knee down. And this is where we do the anterior pelvic tilt again. And then if you can, raise yourself up into a lunge. Hold it for one more breath. And then slowly step forwards. When we go from knee on the floor up into our lunge, we want to try and do a slow, graceful lift. Yeah, so basically we're going from here, slowly up. Whoops. That was a terrible demonstration to hear. So from knee down to knee up in a smooth motion. That's the idea. Shall we give it another go? Let's give it the whole thing another go. So we'll do this a couple more times through on each side. So big step back. Find your position. We're going to bring those arms up and we're going to bend that front knee. Take it as low as you can. It's up to you where you find your own position on these. It is Freestyle Fitness Yoga, so you're free to make adaptations. Maybe you don't want to go quite so low, that's up to you. Let's take the hands down onto the floor, step back, and then push your hips back. Hold for a few breaths. Think about pushing your shoulders back so your head is between your arms. Straightening out those knees if you can. Fantastic, this is the bit I like, knees onto the floor. Cat stretch. One knee comes forwards between your hands. Arms come up. Push the hips forwards. Take a breath. And then remember, if we can, we're going to slowly and gracefully rise up into a lunge. So just lifting that back knee off the floor. And then step forwards. Very good. It's tough, isn't it? It's not easy. Not supposed to be easy. Let's do the other side. We'll go straight onto the other side. This is where I forget which side I just did. Which side did I just do? Let's do the left one back. I'm pretty sure. Into our lunge. Back straight. Bend the front knee. Bring your arms up. And then slowly hands down either side of that front foot. We'll take a big step back. And when you're ready, push back. Gets a little bit easier each time, I think you'll find. Remember, pelvic tilt, tipping the pelvis forwards. If you can picture, it's difficult to picture it in this position, which way it's going to go, but it's basically sticking your bum out, making your lower back go concave. Fantastic. Let's drop the knees down into our cat stretch. Take a step forward with one foot up between your hands and arms up. Then we're going to rise up into the lunge, hopefully. Good. And then step forwards. We've got about a minute left on this, so we haven't got time to do the whole thing through each side. So to finish off this sequence, let's do a wide stance, and let's just do one more big forward fold just to really stretch out. So arms up, forward fold, keeping those legs straight, let your hands hang down in the middle. Now I want you to take your hands over to one leg, grip hold of your leg with both hands, keeping both knees straight. We're going to push the hands down towards the ankle, towards the foot. You might get your hands onto your ankle or onto your foot or onto the floor, or like me, just by the knee. Today is not too good on this side. Fantastic. Release, take it to the middle, stopping in the middle, have a little stretch down. Oh, that's really opened up, that's really good. And then take the hands to the other side, and again creep those hands down the leg towards the ankle, feeling that nice stretch. back to the middle. Take one final inhale as we unfold and bring the arms up. And exhale, bring the arms down. Very good. Now, after all those downward dogs and all that stuff, I thought we'd do quite an easy floor session for the next part. So we'll do a section on the floor. So we're going to start off lying on your back on the mat. So get yourselves down, take your time, have a lie down on your back. We're going to do bridge, and we're going to do a few Supermans. So if you're all ready, lying on your back, knees up, heels in nice and close to your bum. Just take the hands slightly to the side, just outwards to the side, and palms up towards the ceiling. So your palms are up and your hands are out to the side. Now, without pushing down on your arms, we're going to lift the hips up into a bridge position. So lift as high as you can and hold it there. So this is going to give you a little contraction in your glutes and your lower back. And take a few deep breaths. Remember that breathing. Long, slow inhale, exhale through the nose, keeping those hips up as high as you can. Now I want you to slowly lower yourself down back to the floor, but as soon as you feel the floor touch, I want you to push up again without resting the full weight down. So slowly down. As soon as you feel the pressure of the floor on your bum, you start pushing up again and again as high as you can. Let's do that a couple more times. So slowly down, and as soon as you feel the touch onto the floor, you start going up again before you rest down fully. High as you can, slowly down. When you feel that touch, push up again, up. And we're going to do one more. So slowly lower yourself down. And then when you touch, you start going up again. Hold it here for a breath. And then lower down. And this time rest fully on the floor. Excellent. So we're going to go again, but this time, if you're up for it, you want a little take this more advanced, we're going to extend one leg out. So one leg is straight, and we're going to push up on one leg, and the other leg is going to stay straight and push up. So all the weight is on one leg, the other leg is straight out, knees are sort of next to each other. Hold it here. Now slowly lower down again. When your bum just touches the floor, push up again. And again, it's much more difficult, isn't it, on the one leg? That's the idea. We're strengthening up one side. And one more time. and rest down. It's good, isn't it? It's good, good, good. Let's do the other side. Just do it once on the other side before we turn over. So straighten out the other leg. As you push up into your bridge, you're going to try and bring those knees so they're next to each other. And one leg stays straight. The other leg is supporting you. We're going to lower those hips down towards the floor 3 times. And again, when you feel the touch, you push up again. Okay, that's 1. Slowly down. Feel the touch, push up again, that's 2. Slowly down. Push up again for 3. And then really slowly lower yourself all the way down until you rest fully onto the floor and release. We're going to keep working those glutes and that lower back, but we're going to do it facing the other way. So I want you to turn over onto hands and knees. Hands and knees. So if you think about that pelvic tilt we did earlier, it's exactly like doing cat and cow stretch, isn't it? That pelvic tilt, that's what it is. So, but find the neutral position for now. Find the middle point between cat and cow. And then I want you to bring one leg out straight behind you. And then the opposite arm comes out in front. This is our Superman position. One leg, one arm. Opposite, make sure you do the opposite leg and arm or you'll come unstuck. Hold it for a couple of breaths, keeping your core tight. Fantastic, back down to the floor, let's change sides. One leg goes out, then the arm. Hold for a few seconds, a couple of deep breaths. And then back down again. Right, we're going back to the first one, but this time, just the leg. And I want you to keep your knee bent to 90 degrees. So we're going to be pushing the foot upwards towards the ceiling. Knee is bent to 90 degrees. And think about pushing the foot as high as you can. So we're working into the glute, keeping that foot high. I want you to attempt to lift the other hand off the floor into our Superman with a bent knee. Hold it for a couple of breaths. Keep that foot up. And then slowly bring both down to the floor. Let's do the other side. So, first of all, just the leg with the bent knee. Take the other leg up. Foot goes up towards, imagine you're trying to like stamp your foot onto the ceiling and you're pushing up as high as you can. And then if you can balance, let's take the opposite arm outwards into our Superman. Couple of deep breaths, keep that foot high. And back down again. We'll do one more on each side. So choose whether you want to do the straight leg or the bent knee. Up to you. We'll take it slowly. So one leg goes either outwards or upwards. And then opposite arm goes out in front. Nice balanced position. Take a couple of deep breaths. Bring both slowly down to the floor. Let's do the other side. Other leg goes out. Or I prefer the 90-degree bend in the knee. Then I can really push up and get lots of work into those glutes. Bring the opposite hand out. Hold it here for a few breaths. Keep that core nice and tight. And then very slowly bring both hand and knee back onto the floor. And relax. So from here, we're going to go straight into I'm going to go straight into child's pose today before we do cat and cow. So extend the toes out behind you. Take your knees a little bit wider on the mat if you need to. And sit back onto your heels. So we're going to try and get your bum down nice and close to your heels. Sitting right back, and then chest comes down towards the floor. Feeling a nice long stretch through your back. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Hold this position. Now let's creep those fingers forwards, so we open out the shoulders, stretch the lats. Imagine your fingers are like little spiders on the floor crawling away from you, but don't let your hips come up off of your heels. Feel your shoulders pushing forwards, stretching out. Hold it here for a couple more breaths. Fantastic. Very slowly lift yourself back up into tabletop position, hands and knees. Oh, and have a big cat stretch up towards the ceiling, arching your back up as high as it will go. Let your head hang down. And then reverse it into cow. Tummy comes down, head comes up. Getting that pelvic tilt in again. And we're going to go backwards and forwards between those positions a couple of times. So arch back up. And down into cow. And again, arch your back up into cat. And finally back to neutral position. So we're just going to swing the hips around onto the floor and sit down. We'll have a final little sit down and a few deep breaths to finish off. So, let's cross those legs. If you want to bring your feet together, if that's comfortable, that's up to you. I'm going to cross my legs over. That's a little bit easier for me. Rest your arms on your knees. And finally take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. One more time. Inhale, look up. And exhale back to a central position, looking forwards. And release. Very good. Now the most difficult bit of the session for me, standing up. I'm going to try and get up gracefully. Let's get up slow. Take your time getting up, honestly. I'm being serious. We do need to get up really slowly. Taking your time. Ooh. There we are. There we are. Very well done. Look, it's 22:11 already. Doesn't it go? Doesn't time fly when you're stretching and very well done, you guys, on Zoom and on YouTube. If you joined in on YouTube, very well done. And we'll be back for some more next week. I'm going to sit down and have a chat with you guys on YouTube. So let's have a chat. And don't forget, we're back for some Sprightly on Friday morning at 10:30. I'm hopefully, guys, join in on Zoom. It's much better than YouTube. You get to see the other guys. You get to chat afterwards, and it's nice and sociable. So we'll see you then. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and yes, see you Friday. Ah.